It's okay, guys. I still remember. Greetings and salutations, everyone. I'm Mac. This is Let's Play Oxygen Not Included. In the last episode, we might be good. It's very hard to tell, but I think we might be able to handle the situation of our oxygen is almost out. We have many skill points earned, but I don't really care about that. So, we've set up our second spawn. We have a gas bridge to keep it in check. It's basically going to fill in the lines that we already had there. The one thing that might go wrong, just give it a tiny bit of time, is that we don't have an awful lot of water. And the cool steam vent doesn't have still has 23 cycles to go, so our oxygen worries aren't over yet. But what we can do is have a look at this. Our rocket is ready, and I actually thought about it and realized, you know, we can't actually make it to anything. So if you ever want to get rid of a module, you just choose to swap the module and then cancel it, and it drops it nicely neat on the floor. And that's sped up the travel time immensely just by getting rid of one layer. It's going to be Hayes' job. Drop a few crop root seeds on the ground. And then set it to put them back in again because I'm contrarian like that. Good job. Good job. Anyhow, we started the episode, so if anything goes terribly, terribly wrong, we'll at least be able to figure out that we'll at least be able to reset to the previous problem. So then all we want is carbon dioxide. Nothing else should make it through. I want to get rid of this fine line of oxygen. So let's just set it to run eternally. The oxygen seems to be running fine. Yeah. And it'll stay that way until, well, we run out of water, which can happen. That is indeed building up quite a bit of energy, though. Oh? Launch your first rocket? No, I wasn't looking! Well, we know what it creates. It creates carbon dioxide. So, rocketry. I think what I should do is set pay to have increased farming. because clearly these things aren't going to grow unless we give them some sulfur. Oh, you can take that mask off, please. And then we just tell it, okay, deliver one last oxygen mask. And that should be that. Sometimes you get this graphical glitch where the oxygen bar stays on even though they aren't wearing the thing. Pei's not going to have an awful lot to do for the next few cycles until all Artemis makes it to here. And I feel like it's also worth saying that if you mess up and don't have enough, there's an abandoned ship button. The rocket's self-destruct sequence can be triggered to destroy it and propel fragments of the ship towards the nearest planetoid. Any duplicates on board will be safely delivered in escape pods. But you also lose a lot of the resource. You do keep some of the resources, but not all of them, so it's a good idea to use that only in emergencies. But yeah, look at how much the temperature's just shot up. And this is one of the nice rockets that doesn't heat up very much. I'm also actually considering why not simply use this rocket to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, we could so the only way to see what the surface of this planet is like is to fly there. It might be worth considering just flying this rocket over there, have it refuel over there, and then send it on to the then send it over to scout out the next planetoid. You do actually slowly build up your rocketing stat just by working the rocket control station, which is nice. Nice little sweetle there. And if you happen to lose any resources, like say we were to deconstruct this pipe, it would drop the igneous rock on the roof, where we can't get to it because we're not allowed to build outside it. If you deconstruct the module, then all the materials that are in this area at the current time will be restored. Well, basically, they'll be all dumped on the floor, so you don't have to take this apart painstakingly accurately. You just deconstruct the module and everything inside should fall on the floor. I don't know if that includes the Sweetle though, so gonna have to make sure we look after him. Question, Pei, what is your shift like? You're the night shift worker. Eventually you'll have something to do. Obviously, if I want to actually go to interesting places, I'm going to have to come up with a better rocket, and I think at the moment the only thing we can really make it is steam rockets that have increased range, because the carbon dioxide rockets are they're quote unquote faster, but they have less height they have more height restrictions, which isn't helping anyone. Sounds like a low-flying plane. I should at some point talk out this absolute mess of cables and shutoffs and valves over here, but not at the moment. Oh, you. So the scrub fruit isn't going to be fully grown anytime soon, so... Hey, you can eat nutrient bars. And the the toilet water is emitted into the empty vacuum of space. It's not rain, guys. More Sweetle eggs, why not? At some point we're going to set up a big Sweetle ranch to feed everyone in that colony, and that's going to be part of it. Wait. We don't have sedimentary rock, really? That's slightly concerning. And yeah... Ew. I need a proper cold storage. It's just unavoidable at this point. We could churn out a little more steel. Oh, actually no, we shouldn't churn out any more steel because we've already flooded this polluted water tank up here. Hang on, we have to get rid of these pipes here. They'll be getting in the way, and we've already fully primed this oil tank bank, so we don't need to worry about anything else. Yeah, we are going to end up burning off more than a little bit of this excess hydrogen, which isn't the worst. It just means that they're slightly unreliable power sources. It doesn't mean that they're useless. Who keeps triggering idle? I'll bet it's someone on Stinklin. Okay, what can we do here? Just dig up enough that we can have a look at the numbers that they have. At some point I need to set up a Slickster Ranch, but here's the interesting catch. I don't think I want to put it on this planetoid. I think I want to put it on Fertilona. Here's my reasoning. At the moment, there's a 100% demand for the oxygen. It's what takes up the line at all times. We're going to start shipping all the oil over to this planetoid, and this is going to be where all the carbon dioxide builds. It would be really hard to come up with a system that mixes the oxygen that we're shipping with carbon dioxide. In my head, I think it would be more productive to simply have the Slickster Ranch here and pump all the carbon dioxide straight to them. The downside is that means carving out quite a bit of room for them because Slickster Ranches aren't small and we need to find somewhere that isn't already super frigid and going to kill all the Slicksters before they can grow up. We also probably wouldn't want to feed them from this carbon dioxide geyser. Anyway, Pace, how'd it work? We should be able to scan a nice amount of this area. Ooh, popped eardrums. It looks like we did something wrong with the rocketry. But you have high morale, so you're fine. Piloting level 1. So each stat of piloting is going to add a slight increase to the speed of the rocket as whenever they're the person to fly it about. It can add up to some pretty high numbers. Got to be fair on that. So this is actually starting to build up. Cut the line. Let it drain on its own. Pressure? Oh, pressure, I see. It's trapped in a little airlock here. Oh, that actually does remind me that I need to think about setting up a proper super frigid food storage over here. And fortunately, I do actually have the element that I need over here. Recently, we just dropped a bunch of ethanol on the floor. But we also have 5 tons worth of ethanol over here. That's crude oil, that's not ethanol, but basically, ethanol has a lower evaporation rate, but it also has a lower freezing state, so it's much easier to use that for for the extremely cold temperatures that we need to deal with for creating an eternal food storage for Fertilona. We already have one that's nice for Stinklin. As we can see, there is a little bit of a carbon dioxide buildup down here, but we're okay because these aren't things that they should be doing for too long. It's only when it gets up to here that it's going to start venting it into space. The only catch is that when it every time it goes over here, it causes the aux light to go slightly wonky. You know what you can do? You can just fill in those lines. That is not a safe workspace, is it? Maybe just to fill in some time, we could create another insulated tile block for here. Leave a way to return, please. Pei's morale is just barely not enough. Oh, Pei is also slightly irradiated. It's from working up here all day long. So, I would say Pei can get to eat the berry sludge now. Because that's +8 morale. Yeah, no. I want to find the colony summary. Moral high ground. 10 cycles. So you do actually need 10 berry sludge, I guess. Still slightly irradiated, but not too bad. Yeah, that's the thing about space. You're exposed to some pretty constant radiation sources. We could also go with a bioscan, please. And we can round out the... here. Okay, that should keep them busy for the near future. Wait, don't come back yet. Just stay there. And finish researching these areas. I don't know if the telescope is strong enough to identify everything, but it can at least tell us what this unknown object is. Should we install a clothing refashionator? Yes, we should. another liquid bridge here. So I guess since we have the time to talk it out, here's how it works. This liquid pump specifically pumps out all the liquid that we need for that's going to be used for cooling the base. It runs up here, it runs past all the industrial machinery that we're eventually going to have here. And then when it comes back, it runs past what we're going to stick up the steam turbines, and then it comes to here. We don't have it yet, so we should probably install it while I remember. So, the liquid thermosensor makes sure that it is the right temperature for what we want. So whatever we set as our target temperature is going to be here. If it's if it's above what we want the temperature to be, that activates liquid shutoff. It gets sent along here into this thermo aqua tuner. That comes back and it goes straight into the coolant tank. Now that introduces a gap into the liquid cooling line, which means that this liquid pump will be able to fill it back in again. But if it doesn't, then it goes through this liquid valve and it continues through the cooling loop. It's only going to leave the cooling loop once the temperature in it becomes too high. Now you might be wondering, why do I have a liquid valve here? I'm just going to be having it at the proper 10,000 grams per second. It's because if we didn't, then this coolant would flow this way and it would just cause the system to back up. Even worse, it might send super cold coolant into the cooling system, which might end up freezing, rupturing, creating steam, and all that nasty stuff. Yeah, that valve might not be... We might never change the settings on the valve, but it's very important. Also, we never got about to getting rid of these little lumps of polluted dirt, apparently. Unfortunate, but oh well. Maybe we can save the rest of them. Having fun, Pei? Pei's having fun. Pei is starry-eyed after all. Now here's a thought. If we time when we land the rocket, then we can just refuel the rocket and then launch it again. And I know from experience that this does actually continue towards morale high ground. So if we can just keep Pei in the air for 10 cycles in a row, because Pei actually now has enough berry sludge to survive for the requisite 10 cycles. Ooh, we might actually have the achievement soon. Either way though, until next time guys, take care. Well, yeah, it's past the 30-minute mark, gotta go. So, until next time guys, take care. I'll see you all around.